Welcome everyone to your Mercury retrograde reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, this is going to be a two-part reading over here. First, we're going to get straight into the collective of the basics of what this Mercury retrograde is bringing to the table for the whole collective. And then at the end, I will do your sign, okay, to see how that's going to affect you and your sign. Okay, so let's get in here. Table's already set. It's talking about that Mercury retrograde, which starts in Aries, okay, on the 15th of March, and then we'll move into Pisces on the 29th, and then it will be over on April 7th, where it will go back direct. And of course, it will stay in Pisces, excuse me, while it's going direct. So we have some energies coming through. So this energy is saying Mercury retrograde in this sign of Aries as we speak is hot-tempered, argumentative, right? Impulsive energy. Okay. Going to have a hard time right now with decisions, right? What's going on? So watch for those tempers to fly, whether it's from you or someone around you. Okay, so we're talking about that Mercury. So no matter what, we're talking about those miscommunications, technology, meltdowns, deliberating headaches. A lot of people get headaches around this time as well. So if you know that you're prone to headaches, that could also be from that Mercury retrograde. Overthinking situations. Be careful of that as well. Aries is also about taking that action. So it might make you feel like you must respond to things immediately. Okay, or others are all of a sudden feeling like they should respond to you immediately. So however it's going to be, especially when you know that it doesn't have to be immediate, but you might feel like, you know what, I have to go now. That's that impulsive action taking place. Okay, so let's see. Get us a couple of cards over here on this Mercury. Yeah, that confusion coming in, difficult decisions weighing you down. So, you know, it's a good time right now to just avoid people who want to confuse you, right? Confusion, blurring the lines between what is going on and what's not going on. And you're going to get that a lot when it's in Pisces anyways. You know, once it gets into Pisces, it's going to even be different because now it's going to blur the line between what's fact and what's fantasy, right? So let's see over here. This is a great time for learning new things. Okay, just be careful about your communication because there is going to be a lot of miscommunication. You know, if you guys are planning things, make sure that you are always a half an hour, you know, ahead of schedule, 15 minutes to a half an hour ahead of schedule because of traffic or jams or this or that. Right? So make sure that you are, you know, taking that logic, okay, and using it to the best of your knowledge, especially because when it comes into Pisces, that logic is going to take a back seat. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to Aries over here. Absolutely. But it can be a great time for learning new things as long as you're giving yourself, you know, those extra moments just to really, you know, take extra time and just slow down and don't be too impulsive because there's going to be a lot of restless mental energy going around. So on the Aries over here, it's about that challenge. Putting up a challenge, you might feel like there's a lot of competition around you. You might even feel like you have to protect your energy. Please do protect your energy during this Mercury retrograde, as all Mercury retrogrades, right? Have this way of doing things. So this is where you're going to find that I need to maintain some control within this situation. There it is, overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot of energy swirling around you. So you might definitely be feeling like, hey, you know what? Why does everybody want to argue with me? Okay, so absolutely. So you definitely want to ground yourself. Okay. And going straight into this Pisces. This Pisces is talking about, yeah, now when it starts moving into this Pisces, you can feel like, oh, okay, here comes that fog machine. Everything's my anxiety is rising. Clarity is now becoming confusion. There's that, like I said, blurring between, those, what's fact, what's fantasy, what's real, what's rose-colored glasses. You might even be getting that effect for some of you of where did I put my glasses? Oh my God, I lost my keys. Just literally the fog machine over here going off. So, okay, so yeah. And definitely feeling like there's a lot of emotions coming out as well. So also watch those emotions. People are going to be in high emotions anyways, but it just feels like over here everybody wants to argue. Everybody wants to, debate their opinion. It's my way, the highway, right? And then over here it's like over emotions coming through, which then causes all this confusion. And it's like, come on, Mercury's already making, enough confusion as it is. Now, instead of tempers flying, everybody wants to be sad, right? Confused, over emotional, sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Right? Because now it's going to bring that all in as this sensitivity, as it is, making closure, as it's starting to end. Wow, I like that. It's saying now I'm ending. Now this cycle of the Mercury retrograde is ending. But it's also going to allow you to make endings as well. So that's where we're going to start right now and say, okay, so how is it going to affect you, my friends? Okay, so let's get in here and see how it's going to affect you. Okay, Virgo, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Okay. Using the little cards here, we do have Dimensional of Fire, Infinite Expressions. Ooh. What card is that? Hold on one second, guys. We have card number 80. It's an 80. This is asking you, who else am I that in becoming such I benefit the situation? This is opening up to great potentials, problem solving, and the card points to the infinite possibilities of which you can access. Okay, so yeah, that's a big one. But this is also going to encourage you to probably pull back a little bit. This is going to be in your 8th. It's going to start in your 8th house of intimacy. And then it's going to go back to the 7th house of your commitment. So, yeah, there's going to be something around you that's going to make you feel like somebody's being greedy about a situation or overspending money, okay, within your 8th house. So definitely this Mercury retrograde could definitely impact your closest relationships. But it's going to, the fire over here is going to allow you to see that new perception. It's going to allow you to see the bigger picture. There's that, I love that King of Wands there because it's going to say, hey, there it is. Having that sudden awareness. It's almost like you pull back and you start reevaluating the situation. You're going to realize that you have been giving more away than you've been getting in return. Because somebody's being very selfish and very greedy over here. Okay, so it could even give you 3 of Swords. Right, so it's going to make you feel, that 3 of Swords can also be that spiritual, emotional, could even be financial. If you're dealing with money, it could be some kind of debt. Feeling like somebody is overspending money. Of get a lover or business partner. I mean, whatever it is in the 8th house. But it's mostly intimate, so. But it does look like you're going to be walking away from this situation until you can balance out and come to the great judgment over here and tell the truth about the situation, or somebody tells you the truth about the situation. I would assume that, within this Mercury retrograde, you probably want to reconsider your investments within this connection. As you know, because you're coming up with all these different ways of telling your truth, looking at things, getting a bigger perception. There's a lot of perception going on. I think that there is things that had been challenging you. So I do feel like the Aries right here is really going to be really heavy right now in that challenging mode for you. Okay, as you're really trying to figure this out. It's like being very enmeshed within this situation. These are negotiations and terms with the Queen of Swords, really laying it down on the line over here. Especially when it comes into the Pisces over here, you're going to be looking back into the past about how this attachment has, really taken a turn. And can this be improved? Will this be improved? But you're going to really be weighing down on a lot of things over here between the Six of Cups, the Devil, and the Two of Pentacles, my friends, because you're going to be saying, I'm not sure how this is going to be done. There has to be some kind of arrangement, right, that we're going to make, especially if it's a business partner. You could say, you know what, we're going to have these new standards. Even if it's a love relationship, you could be saying, we're going to have new standards. This is the way things are going to improve. Or it's not, and I'm going to break it off with you. Okay? Absolutely. Yeah, no more holding back within this situation. You're definitely taking the reins as the emperor at this time. You're going to get down to the nitty gritty because Mercury retrograde says this is where it's going to be and this is how it's going to come down to this situation. So figure it out. You know what I mean? It's like figure it out. So this is your chance to negotiate. This is your chance to get down to those nitty gritties, and it's pushing you towards that. And I love it with the solar eclipse because the solar eclipse says, yeah, because once you get through this, if we get this done right, then you can move on to the, big happy times over here. Yes, feeling your happiness with them or without them. No matter what, it's going to spin itself and recycle itself into something new and fresh. With the Fool now coming in right side up, right? So that challenge will be over. Okay. Okay, my friends, and that was it for you. Until next time, peace and love.